I would like to say a few words about Somen. Most people at the age of 14 pretty much know what they want to do, but very few of us stay committed to the cause that we, conceive. Somen is an exception to that rule. He knew right from 14 years what he wanted to do, and that was about spreading awareness about AIDS and HIV across the world among underprivileged people. He not only knew that he wanted to, he also stayed, loyal to his cause despite facing a lot of life-altering obstacles on the way. His 16-year-old dream of cycling around the world while spreading awareness about AIDS started in 2004. It was shortly after acquiring his Bachelor of Science. So he acquired his Bachelor of Science in Zoology, and Somen decided to undertake the world tour right after that. His inspiration for this highborn accomplishment came from reading a newspaper article on a homeless person who was abandoned by his near and dear ones because he was infected by this deadly disease. It impacted him so much that 2 years later, Somen enrolled himself for special training under the Society of West Bengal AIDS Control. He started his mission closer home in his school first, and then to other states in India, before cycling into 150 countries across the world, while also promoting Indian culture. This journey wasn't rosy at all. Imagine cycling through rough terrain and weather conditions. If that wasn't enough, our hero also got beaten up 8 times and was held captive by the Taliban for 24 days. To add to his woes, his bicycle was stolen 3 times, but none of them could deter Somen from completing his mission. So now we are going to have an interactive session with Somen. I'll be asking a few questions, but you guys are most welcome to chip in as and when you think you have a question for him. So we keep this session as much interactive as possible. So Somen, you want to start with saying how your journey started?
Thank you, Tania, for explaining all the things. And first of all, I would like to thanks to Bengali associations for hosting me. I would like to thanks to President of Bengali Associations, Mithali Das Singh. I would like to thanks to Mr. Das, Mr. Anil Singh, and other members, also Mr. Kunduda. For it was a wonderful time. Yesterday we had a wonderful evening with you all, and I would like to thanks to Indian Cultural Associations umbrella, which is many of you who came, and I would like to say thanks to your brothers and sisters. My name is Somen Debnath. It is a great opportunity to meet you all in this beautiful Indian Cultural Center, which I heard that it is a long time with you, and it's a great connections between Indian Cultural Center and Indian people, whoever living here. So I would like to thank you to everyone, and first of all I would like to tell that this 16 years my journey, I believe that this is not only my journey, it is all over the world journey which I chose. 27 May 2004, when I have started this journey, I didn't know that this travel will take me 151 countries, or end of 2020 I will travel 191 countries. It's always came in my mind that I wanted to aware people, I wanted to aware my youth brother and sister of India about HIV/AIDS, and also I wanted to learn India, and I wanted to learn Indian culture from India. If I will have a chance to see the world, maybe I can tell some few words about India. And that was my first intentions which I came abroad. And I'm feeling that I'm so blessed that God given this opportunity. And that's how I'm this 16 years journey, 191 countries traveling. Let's we can short and try to make sweet, and let's have question answer. Then we can more understand better, and I can give your answer of whatever in your mind. So I would like to once again thank you for hosting me in this your beautiful city, Cleveland, and I would like to say thank you for being here.
So, just for the benefit of everyone gathered here today, would you like to tell us how this journey started? What inspired you to get into this?
This journey, I believe that three inspirations behind this journey. And first of all, that as you told, that when I was 14 years old, a person who was abandoned and he died alone by HIV/AIDS. His body was in front of the medical college and nobody was touching. So because it was such a stigma, people felt that stigma, and that came in my mind that I wanted to know about HIV/AIDS, and I wanted to maybe share this idea, these thoughts with others, youth of India. So when I went to school teacher, when I asked them, they couldn't teach me. Then I firstly thought that I wanted to know about HIV/AIDS and teach those school teacher that what they couldn't explain me. So that is my first intentions, that how I came to know about HIV/AIDS. And second, I read a book. Swami Vivekananda wrote Amar Bharat, where he wrote that if you want to see the world, see India, India is within world. And when you will visit world, then you will find it, each and every corner one India. So it's really touched me, and it's really, I felt that's such an amazing world, but I wanted to see in my eyes. That's why I first traveled whole India, 28 states and 5 union territory. And it's always in my mind that I wanted to see that how much similar it is with the world and India. So it is came in my mind also. That is the second inspirations of the journey. And third, I read a book about Bimal Mukherjee. He's the first Indian globetrotter who traveled 1926 to 1937. So his book was republished 1998. So I read it in 2000. So I was really happy to read his story, and he lost his bicycle, then he was walking, and he had so many difficulties. So I was thinking that, oh God, if you will give me a day, then I would like to write my book, and I would like to write about my journey. So now I'm writing my journey, the World Biking Odyssey 2004 to 2020.
So how long did it take for you to plan this entire journey through the world?
It took me ideally one day just to wake up, and I was just thinking that, oh, this is maybe right time, because I finished my last exam in BCS Zoology from Kolkata University, and also I finished the same time my Bisharat in Fine Arts. So I thought that this is the right time when I start. So I started I was thinking that I will start for 3 months northeast of India, which I felt that northeast of India is quite abundant, and it is a lot of problems about HIV/AIDS infections. So if I will start from northeast of India, and if the tough part I can cover, then that will take me to all India. So really I didn't think so much, because I never think that I wanted to plan so much. It is always, I believe that life is too short, live double. So that is means that whatever you wanted to do, that you just to go forward and you will find your way, that where you want to reach.
So you have faced a lot of obstacles in the last 16 years. You got beaten up like 8 times, you lost your cycle, and then you were captured by Taliban. So tell us about that experience, like when you got captured and the price that you had to pay for your freedom.
Actually, whenever I go to a country, I try to feel that country is my own country. And whenever I'm going to meet the people, then I feel that they are my brothers and sisters. So when I came to Afghanistan, I never thought that they're from different part of the world. I was just traveling from Kabul to Iraq, and 146 kilometers after, I was stopped by them, and they came with a jeep, and just they stopped in front of me, and they came out from the jeep, and they were starting to beat from their gunpoint and backside, and I forget how to speak. I was really quite scared that what is happening, what kind of people they are. I tried to explain them that I'm a people ambassador, I'm traveling around the world, I believe that whole world is my family. They couldn't understand because they were speaking Pashto and Farsi. So then it was hurting me because they are really beating so cruelly, and I was really quite scared that if they will not shoot me. So I was showing in front of my boat that please don't kill me. If I am a bad person, you can kill me later, but take me with you. So what they understood, and they decided that they will blindfold me and they will take me a long drive, and they did. Almost 1 hour after I reached to a place, and I don't know, but when I opened my blindfold, then I just saw that I'm in the underground, and 4 days I was continuously starved and beaten and beaten by them. Then after they found me that no, I have a mission, or I'm trying to travel the world and just wanted to meet people. Then a lot of people in front of me, and they were asking so many questions, and I'm trying to give the answers. The first question was, what do you think about Musalman? Then I was just took little time, and I told that what I know, that Iman, that is means all the time and condition. One person should live with Iman, faith, belief and honesty. So that is means that people should live with their honesty, and that's also my religion also saying the same. Then they asked me, what do you think about Quran? I said, I'm a science student, and I think Quran is one of the scientific book, and I respect Quran as I respect other religious books. So I opened a Quran from my bag, somebody gifted. Somebody gave it to me. So I show them that, listen, I have a Quran and I'm occasionally reading. Then they ask me, what do you think about our mission? So I don't know what is your mission. I'm a Somen Debnath, I have an individual mission. I respect my mission. I respect all over the world, any single individual mission. So if you have a mission, it's my duty to respect it. Then they ask me, what do you think of if we're not to let you go? I say, if you don't want to let me go, just to give me some work. Maybe if I cannot continue my missions, let me contribute to your mission. But it is in my own way. I cannot take a gun and go to warfront to fight with others, but maybe I can clean your house, I can clean your weapons, even I can wash your clothes, or maybe I can clean your utensils. So they ask me, can you do that? And I say, yes, I do. So that's how I became a cleaner for them. And always I was very calm and I was trying to not to think so much, and it is a lot of pressure of mine, and I was just doing my own work and not to talking too much, and just to very few words if I need something. That's what I was telling to them. Then one day I told them, please, I cannot eat your food, would you mind to let me to cook for you? If you give this opportunity, I think I can cook better food and maybe you will like. So they told, okay, you could do one day a lunch. So I made a lunch for them, and they really liked it. So last 11 days I was their cook, and And I think almost 22 days after, I think as I'm remembering, 22 days after they told that Somen will let you go, but we will tell you the rest of the world. Then I told that I believe that would be really great that if you could do that, and I would like to thanks to you because you were giving my life, and you are appreciating what I wish to do, and I would like to thanks to all the people prayers whoever I meet in this world, and I will be so much happy whoever I will meet in this world. Then I was again blindfolded, and they left me by car 16 kilometers before Herat, and then I traveled from there to Kandahar, to Serkhan Bandar, to Tajikistan. So it was a really miserable time, and that experience gave me that so much strength, and also that faith that yes, people can do everything, and I'm so thankful to God that I had that opportunity to learn myself, and I rescued by myself, and they released me.
Thank you. That was a wonderful experience, I would say, for us to listen to it, not going through it though. But so you mentioned that you don't really plan about anything. So before you started, or while you were going through the travel, did you ever anticipate any kind of problems, obstacles?
Yeah, actually, problem is always in your head, and difficulties is on the road. So many difficulties I faced in this life, and now now I would like to say that I will tell you that I can compromise. So whenever I'm feeling the difficulties, I try to compromise any times and conditions. So I had many difficulties. I think many times I was robbed, and many times I was theft. Some 3 bicycles got stolen. I got my bicycle got stolen in Bulgaria, Poland, and Germany. One of the best country in Europe. But I never think that I have to postpone, or I have to go back to my country for that reason, because always people came to me and supported. So I would like to tell one story, which is really I found that humanity is everywhere. When I was traveling in northeast of India, it was quite afternoon, and I think sun is going down soon, so I was very hurried. So I was passing through a forest, and almost 6-7 kilometers. So I was a little bit scared, and I wanted to reach to next village, but somehow, as fast as I was, but more than faster than me, 4 or 5 people came and they stopped me on the road, and I understood that they are some robbers. So they wanted to take my everything, and they took already my bicycle, all the luggage and bags. So, and they're going, and I was thinking that what I will do, because they are with arms and everything. So I just quickly came to who is the elder persons of that team, and I felt that he's the team leader. So I just caught his hand, and I told, my brother, you take my everything, but where I will stay tonight, please allow me to be your guest, and I want to go with you, and tomorrow morning I will continue my next journey. Then he was really he was very aggressive, and he was post me, I was falling, and then again I stand up, and then again I follow him, and I told, please brother, you do that, but it doesn't matter, but where I will go, where I will stay tonight, can you imagine that I don't know about your state at all. So at last I convinced that robber, and I was staying 3 nights with that robber. Next day morning, he took me a long drive to his city, and he was showing around. He was introducing me some good people who he knows, and he introduced me. It was really great. He fed me lovely food, and after 3 days, when I wanted to go, then I told that, okay, thank you for your hospitality, but I have to proceed for my next journey, and I have to ask two people if they can help me to get a bicycle. Although it is old, it doesn't matter, but I want to continue my journey. Then he told that nobody touch your things, your all belongings is that room, and you could take. So it's really amazing. I couldn't believe that one robber, and means he gave back his all the things, whatever he they took from me, and it's really surprised me, and it's really made me to think that the humanities exist everywhere, even within a thief or robber. So which I saw within that person's, that one side his cruelty and another side his humanity. So which is really surprised me, and that's why what I learned, that let's not judge to anyone's, just to, if we can give some little way to support, that is the best way how we can contribute the world and make the world forward. And that's what I learned out of this experience.
Thank you. So your entire journey is based on cycling around the world, and then 3 times your bicycle got stolen. So how did you procure the next one? How did you go about with that?
Okay, that's very interesting. Actually, first time when I got stolen my bicycle in Bulgaria, it was really very bad conditions, because I lost not only my bicycle, I lost everything, and I lost my all money, my camera, my MP3 player, hard disk. Even I had 18,000 photographs, which is I don't have backup. So I lost everything except my passport. So I was kept my passport in my chest, inside of my what is called sweater, and that's what I had in that time. So what I did, that after it was Friday night, so Saturday, Sunday, almost three nights. I think 3 nights and 2 days, I was moving in whole city. Then in Monday morning, I reached to embassy, and I visited the embassy, and then I told to ambassador, and ambassador was really very kind and very nice person. He was telling that, why you didn't come to my home in Friday when it was happening. Then I told, no sir, actually I know that you are a whole week you are working, and how I can come to your home. So no, you should come to my home, that if it is such a big problem, because we need to save you, we need to support you. Then he took care of me. I was staying almost 2 weeks in the Bulgaria Indian embassy, and Indian ambassador wrote to Prime Minister and President, and Sports Minister gave a new bicycle, and it was a really big scandal for the country that a person traveled 36 countries of the world and he got stolen his bike, your country. So it is a big scandal, and people are really very sad about that. So day by day people supported me, and that's how I proceeded from there. So it has always happened. This is just one experience. Second time, when I was just lost my bicycle in Poland, I left it in the ground floor and locked it with the chain, and they cut the chain, they cut it and they took it. And then I came morning and I saw that my bicycle was not there. So then I told to my friend, and he was really he's a good person, and he told that, Somen, let's go to newspaper or televisions. So we went there. They didn't want to listen us. then he told that, okay, I can make a Facebook event for sort of fundraising event if we can somehow raise some funds to get a new bicycle. And I think millions of people were really very shocked that I lost my bicycle, and and that's also that message reached to Prime Minister and President, and they both invited me. So it is somehow I felt that I wanted to say that somehow God chosen me. I was chosen in this by this word that I can travel that 191 countries to end of 2020, and I can say that maybe Aladdin got that magic lamp, and I found this word, and this is the way of appreciation how I'm getting support for my journey, and people are supporting me my journey, and I think God is coming as a big person and always helping me and carrying me in this world. So many difficulties which you could not believe that it's possible, but it's possible because I am alive, and that's always inspiring me and always telling me no, it is possible. So that's obstacles. Maybe for certain times it can stop, but it cannot stop whole entire my journey. So always this way I'm recovering and going forward.
Wow, that was impressive. So you have traveled 150 countries. Now, which one is the most favorite of yours? Like, which has been the one that stands out?
I think where I feel that whenever I go to a country, I fall in love with that country and people. So I don't want to, I cannot distinguish any country that which really I think I can recognize one country which is really touched me and somehow that is the best. But few of countries I can tell that some of countries has good bicycle road, or some of countries good social system, some of countries is good people. I found that people are very kind and very positive. So if I wanted to, like this way, I can tell few of countries that okay, bicycle road, maybe Netherlands, Sweden, even I enjoyed riding in Iceland. I would like to say people, I really love the people of North Pole, Greenland. I love the people of a small country, Georgia, which I have an honorary citizenship of Georgia. So, and I tell that if you cannot go to India, please go to Georgia. That is a beautiful country which you could feel that you are in India. So, even if I am just talking about social system and people friendly behavior, I would like to talk about Germany and Switzerland, France. I really liked because people are very appreciating and any initiative. So and even whatever. And if you wanted to talk about the continent, I was really glad to visit Africa, because Africa taught me a lot, and it's really amazing to see Africa so closely. And South America also I liked because I traveled Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, Argentina, Patagonia, Chile, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, French Guyana. I felt that Spanish culture is very warm culture, and it's really taught me a lot of things. And I was honestly want to tell that I'm no more scared about America, because I I was really very scared about America, that I will come to America, how I will prepare myself. So a lot of maybe difficulties I will face, or maybe a lot of gun violence. And but I would like to say that I didn't have any single difficulties and problems in America. Always either local people or Indian community always cared me, and I would like to say that this is an amazing experience which I already traveled 21 states of USA, and that took me to all the way from Laredo border to Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Washington DC, Maryland, Pennsylvania, to New Jersey, New York, to Boston. And after that, I traveled to all Canada, and Canada from border of what is called Niagara Falls. I came to what is called this Buffalo to here. Actually, last so many months, maybe 4 or 5 months, was wondering that when I will come to see you, because Mr. Das, Mr. Kingsuk Das, he contacted me quite a long time. He's here, and thank you that it's so lovely to meet him in what is called Cleveland. He was following me almost 8 years, and he wrote to me that if I can come Cleveland, but I told that I wish to come, but I need to go through all this way to Canada, and after that I can come. But otherwise I supposed to come in Saraswati Puja, and I might be meet you all, but it was not happen to me because I need to go. I need to leave America to Canada because of the visa procedure. I don't I don't overstay of the country, and I always follow my visa rules. So ultimately, it's happened. And also, I was long time talking to present president of Bengali Association, Mrs. Mitali Das Singh. So I was really happy to see you all, and it's made it happen. So I'm really glad that I'm here now.
That was wonderful. So I just turned my head and I saw a beautiful dish that was playing in your slideshow. Tell us about the favorite cuisine of yours that you came across over the years.
Oh, actually, different country I find different favorite cuisine, and I found always some Indian relations with the food. So I'm really sometimes surprised that how it is possible that 1,000 kilometers far, and I found somehow in India, one of the corner of India, because I traveled 28 states and 5 Union Territory of India. So that's why I'm writing a book. India is abroad in India. So that's one Bucharest University professor also helping me. So we are together doing that. Different food name, the photograph, and the process that how that both food they are making. So and last I'm like trying to prove that this both food taste is almost same. So this is amazing. When I visited, as for example, Georgia, I tried Khachapuri, Kingali, Chwadi, Lobiani, Karshi. So this kind of, so every country has different kind of food, which really it is surprising me, and I try to test because I think it is part of culture, and that is the way how I can share Indian culture with others' culture of the world.
I'll be surely waiting for the book to come out. So while you were traveling, we moved from paper maps to Google Maps. Now, and from writing letters to social media. So how difficult has it been for you to stay in touch with people from back home or your family?
Yeah, firstly, what I was doing that I was sending every country one letter to my mom or my parents. So, what I usually send from every country I send one letter, one handful of soil, because that is my personal sentiment that my future plan to build a global village, and middle of the village 191 countries, 191 handful of soil will be will be there. So that's why I take one handful of soil from every country. I plant one tree in every country, and I send one letter from every country to India. So that's before I was doing also that is the way how I was connecting and telling the story to my family. And when I was sometimes when I was visiting in different Indian embassy, so Indian embassy was giving their phone, and that's how I was connecting with my home, and I was talking with my parents or my other family members. And later on, what happened then now it is WhatsApp and all the others, Facebook, people can see each other, and this is the way how it is more convenient and more easy way that they can follow my trip, and that is the way how I'm connecting with the world.
So is there anything that you missed from home, or do you missed for the last 16 years?
I would like to say that, it is, I belongs from a small village that is 80 kilometers far from Kolkata, I told you, the Sundarban. I miss the people and I miss the simplicity. But in the same time, I feel that whole world is my home. So whichever part of the world I'm going, I'm finding my new home, and that's really I'm really happy to see and to find that same simplicity. So I never feel that homesick, which as you can call that. If you are not feeling homesick, but I don't feel any homesick. I feel home is everywhere, so what for homesick? So I feel everywhere that my home and my family. So you are my family, which I feel.
Yes, we are.
Thank you. You could change. So I'm just to put some photographs. I was showing you some photographs from Amazon rainforest. It was one of the amazing journey which I did, and I think many of us will be so fascinated that Amazon rainforest to visit. And if you want any tips or any travel guide, I can give you the best guide of Amazon rainforest. Or if you want even any part of the world which I already travel, I can give you one of the cheapest and best way you could travel. And if you want any information, please feel free to call me or you could ask me. And it is free. You don't need to pay. Sorry? Oh no, you don't need to ride a bike. I can give you that I also learned that how they are, all their transportations and however hotels or whatever places you can stay. So whenever I go to a place, I try to observe all the things. Not I am riding a bike and just to only focus on bike. So which information should be shared, and if it is not sharing, so what for information? So that's how I learn from this world.
But if you want to see the world through Somen's eyes, then you need to get on a bicycle for sure.
Not really.
So I have a few more questions.
Please.
I want you to share your idea about the global village. I want everyone to hear that.
Actually, my simplest way, what I thought that this 16 years world is giving me, whatever they're giving, I think it is a great and spacious gift for me. So what I can something do very little way for this world. So the concept of global village, it is the 8-hectare land 4 hectare for accommodations and 4 hectare for food, then almost 200 people can leave that village, and from all over the world any kind of community can come and they can stay as per their visa rules. As per their visa rules means like 3 to 6 months, and we can work together, we can share the ideas, and also we will eat together. So agricultural land will, like whatever will farm means whatever we will have our agricultural lands, and we will produce all kind of vegetables and fruits, and we'll have paddy fields also. So we will share that with all the peoples, and the concept is this, that ecological and sustainable village that will come with also orphanage, old age home, beggar rehabilitation center, self-help group, and also a HIV positive campaign center where we will give yoga demonstrations and to help to HIV positive people, one side, and second side that a special team also work for the different schools for social awareness. So that's what our a concept, and 30 ecological engineer always will be in that global village, who will be mainly the farmers who will support the village, and 10 MBA student and 10 MCA. So 50 people who will take care of the village, and they are the main key of the village, which I think will be quite interesting to live with the world and serve and share with the world. So that's a simple idea, and I was really very fascinated about Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Kartarpur concept. Maybe if you are sick, you can understand that concept, that he had a very three word vision. One is Krit Karo, means work together, Ban Chako, share your food with whoever nearby of you, and Nam Japa. Nam Japa in the sense of that just to pray, do prayers for everyone. And that Nam Japa is the concept which is we can modify, and that's the share the ideas, because human are the most rational beings in this world. So human brains can give that the best ideas for the world, and that ideas, if it will be properly implementation, so that can make I think a positive contribution. So that's a simple way I can tell you. So when we'll go further, so we will maybe inform you and explain you more better way. So, but I already have the what is called a sketch of the place and how it should be, and I think we will continue from 2020 to 2025, 5 years, and we will build it for the world. So yes, that is my wish, and hopefully that will come true.
That is a great dream you have, and I hope that comes true. Now we'll take some questions from the audience. We have someone who's already raised his hand.
In all these countries, how did you get the visa prior to visiting?
It is really very tough. Maybe you could not see that how I overcome in my face, but it is sometimes really 1 month or 2 months I have to wait for a visa. But without visa I don't travel any country. I get visa and then I continue for that country. So one side I would like to thanks to each and every Indian post and mission. They make a special notes that Somen Debnath who is traveling around the world, and they are applying my visa to that embassy, and they are making a special note and requesting, please kindly give a gratis visa. If they have provision and if they can, they are always giving free visa. But a lot of countries they need revenue, so I have to pay the visa fees. So you could say 50-50. Like almost 75 countries I got free visas, and 75 countries I have to pay the visa fees. So I, whatever I'm getting the people donation and support, that's the way how I pay my visas, and without visa I don't travel any country.
Okay, 2 questions. What was the meal that the first meal you cooked for the Taliban?
I cooked so many different kind of curries, and they especially love like a pulao, like a biryani, and I made some different kind of chicken pakoras and lamb pakoras, and also some kebab and also some vegetarian dishes. So that's almost 5 or 6 kind of dishes I made for them. But I didn't think that they will like it. But anyhow, it's rescued.
Okay, I have 2 short questions.
Please.
One long, a little bit bigger question.
Please sit down.
So my question is, which is the first country you visited, and what kind of visa was it?
Oh, first country I visited, that was Nepal. I didn't need any visa for Nepal.
Right.
So first Indian neighbor countries, 10 neighbor countries I traveled. Nepal, Tibet, China, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Sri Lanka. So those part which I first did, and so I think you got your answer, that no visa first country, and country was Nepal.
So after that, what kind of visa did you get?
I always get a tourist visa.
That is B2?
No, only B2 is in America. No, it is B1 and B2, not only B2.
Okay. Okay, and so you have been roaming since 2004. You haven't gone back to India?
Yes, I gone back just last year for 7 days. My father passed away.
Okay.
And I went to, because I'm the eldest son, I couldn't stop myself that after 14 years I went to India to offer my father a stick to Ganga.
Sure.
And that's my last offer, which I couldn't say no.
Okay.
So that's, I visited for 9 days in India. So 2 days go and come back, and a couple of days I was just here for. I was in Salvador, the country in Central America.
Okay. So your mission is to raise money for AIDS, am I correct?
Yeah, my mission is it is around the world on bicycle tour for HIV/AIDS awareness program, and promoting Indian culture around the world. So this is one side is raising money for AIDS, not only. One side is my travel, and second side is my future plan. What is my wish to the global village, and global village one part also AIDS, because when I started with one stream as a small tree, so then day by day a lot of branches came, and I am doing with different kind of mission. So I found that this is ultimately the all funds will go to the future global village, and even my revenue of my book also. So it will be the global village funds, and that's my future dream. What is I'm thinking.
So is there any institute or any others? How are you conveying, how are you delivering your help?
I also connected with some of African charitable trust also. So sometimes I try to give some support to them because it is people support. So that's how I try to help them. And they don't want to publish their name because they are HIV positive organizations.
Sure.
So, but it is mainly not the intention. It is the part of the support which I raise, and I think that they are needy, so they need also this kind of support. But ultimately, one of the side, each kilometer I ride, I go for each kilometer for $1. That's mainly my travel support, which I save some of my travel support money and try to help others people. So it is 200,000 kilometers. So it is just €200,000, $200,000. And if you wanted to 16 years travel, you cannot travel in $200,000 in 16 years. So every country I count as a like $1,000 expenses. So I think whenever I receive the support, I receive as a kilometer, and that I am traveling with that community or that society or that association, that kilometer. So I'm not traveling alone. So I dedicated that kilometer to this community.
So my question is, how do you prepare your physique? Like, do you do any kind of exercise, any kind of thing?
Actually, first of things, I would like to say that I don't prepare. I'm born with it. So I go with my flow. So it is everything, I believe that everything's in your mind. You don't need to worry about it. If you eat too much, you do exercise, you will be fit. That's I believe. And I think that's why I can say that what is the full reason behind of this journey, why I choose a bicycle. That is a very nice question. So bicycle is the easiest vehicle which can take me to reach to people. Bicycle is environmental friendly and crossing finger for global warming. And it is third, it is an ultimate yoga. I would like to say that if you ride bicycle, that you don't need to do any gym, or if you don't need to like do all this exercise. And fourth, I couldn't have sponsorship. That's why I thought that is the best way that to travel, where I will get that all maintenance piece and how I can survive. So that's the fourth reason. So I think you already got that your answer within it.
Yeah, so I have another following question, that is, how do you prepare your mind, like focus, concentration, anything?
I'm a Taurus.
Okay.
I'm very stubborn. I know what I want to do, and I do.
Thank you for sharing your story. It's truly incredible. I'm totally amazed at what you said.
So my question is about the fitness of your mind. With age, my memory constantly fails me. You've been to so many countries, you see so many places, you meet so many people. How do you keep an account? Do you periodically go back, go over your photographs, take a stock of where you've been? Because you are sharing these stories with us, and it seems like you were visiting these countries yesterday.
I can say this is the way how I am fit my mind, because the time which I pass, it is a very spacious time for me. So I can say this way 150 countries which I travel. So I can tell like that: Nepal, Tibet, China, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Turkmenistan, Iran, Turkey, Bulgaria, Macedonia, Greece, Italy, Croatia, Slovenia, Austria, Hungary, Serbia, Bosnia, Montenegro, Albania, Bulgaria, Romania, Moldova, Ukraine, Belarus, Poland, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Germany, Upper Poland to Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Finland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Holland, UK, Ireland, Luxembourg, Faroe Island, Iceland, Greenland, Switzerland, France, Spain, Portugal, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Jordan, Israel, Palestine, Iraq, Iran, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Dubai, Oman, Yemen, Sudan, Ethiopia, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Swaziland to South Africa, then Madagascar, Mauritius, Reunion, Botswana, Namibia, Angola, Congo, DRC, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Chad, Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Ghana,
Sierra Leone, Guinea-Conakry, Guinea-Bissau, Gambia to Senegal, Mauritania, Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, Argentina, Patagonia, Chile, Antarctica, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, French Guyana, Trinidad, Tobago, Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Martinique, Guadeloupe, to Cuba, then Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, Salvador, Guatemala, Belize to Mexico, to USA, to Canada, to back to USA. So I exactly told you that. So I remember the country like this because really I love country. And maybe it is not possible to remember. It is possible to remember 150 countries, but it is not possible to remember like 12 million people in this world. So, but whoever try to reach to me, try to call me or try to write me, I remember them. So this is the way I try to also try to remember also people. So please forgive me if I not to remember each and every one. But if you will try to remember me, I'll definitely try to remember you. Thank you.
A question that you told that you have traveled so many countries. So where there is no English in the remote areas, how did you communicate?
Oh, I communicate language of love. Means this is the meaning of that I use my antics like my sign language, which I think it can go everywhere, and you know, the whole world is somehow connected. So I don't think it is a big problem because a passionate man always to find a way, and I'm really passionately curious to see the world. Please.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sitting over there and I missed what you were saying about the visas. Did you say that you have people arranging them for you, and also do you raise money through events like this, which you believe in?
Yes, I raise money like this because when any community is trying to make a get together and try to fundraise for my journey or my future plan or future travel, that is the way how I also one side of my expenses also pay for my visa, and I also thanks to Indian consulate that they write a special notes which is introducing me that I am so long time outside of the country and I am applying a visa from that country, so please kindly issue a visa. So that is the way how I try to manage my each and every country's visa. And if you will see my 5 passport, it is like a book, so every page is new visa, so it is quite fun to see that. So I'm thinking that I will keep it in my museum, and it is a great gift from the world that I will have each and every country's visa of the world. Please.
What countries you have not visited yet? I see that Australia and New Zealand is not...
Yes, only one continent already left, so that is only one continent left, so that is the Australasia, so-called. So I will continue to Canada, Alaska, Russia, Siberia, Mongolia, China, Japan, Korea, Philippines, New Zealand, Australia, Sumatra, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, then Myanmar, Bangladesh, India. So that part is I need to go, and I will go all the way to bicycle. So 40,000 kilometers only left, 40 countries left in this journey, and I think I'm expecting within 20 months I'll finish my journey till end of 2020.
What is your favorite country so far?
Oh, I think North Pole, Greenland, South Pole, Antarctica.
And have you ever thought of signing yourself up for the Guinness World Records book?
Oh, it will be the longest travel with a mission. This will be 16 years journey, 191 countries travel, 200,000 kilometers with 20 million people. So this will be the longest travel with a mission, and it will be Guinness Book of World Records.
প্রশ্নটা সহজ তুমি কি রোজ রাতে জার্নাল লেখো আর তোমার কি একটা ট্রাভেল ব্লগ আছে?
হ্যাঁ, আমি রোজ রাতে জানলা দেখি ইন্ডিয়া, I'm just telling English, it will be better maybe. Somebody is in India who is as an internship, so every night, like it is Indian time, very early morning, so every night 9:30 to 11:30 somebody is writing my story, so I'm just to, because sometimes I'm very tired, so maybe I cannot write, so I tell the story and somebody is writing as an internship. So a person, he is 365 days who is writing my every single day story, and that's how I am recording my everyday's journey with you.
Spreading Indian culture. You have a diploma or degree or
Actually, when I was traveling in India, I was looking. I was different state I was visiting. So one side of part, I really like to promote Indian tribal culture, like Indian, like Ayurveda and other stuff. So within them, that sometimes I'm cooking. I'm making a cooking demonstration, and that is the way how I try to promote. Means it is not within Indians. It is means who are non-Indian in that country. So this is the one side cooking demonstration, one side yoga demonstration. So to overcome their anxiety, stress and tiredness, one side I'm giving for HIV positive people, and one side I'm giving for local people, because sometimes mayor office or different diplomatic office they are trying to arrange this gathering. So I feel really privileged and glad that I'm having that opportunity to somehow to sharing my culture.
Okay, before we end this session, I would request Somen to share the Iceland experience where the Prime Minister asked you to visit. Was this Iceland or Greenland?
Okay, Greenland Prime Minister. Actually, I had a wonderful time in Greenland. So I went there, Greenland, to stay 24 days, and that's how I planned my trip. And thanks to Lakshmi Mittal, he gave me some support, which is really a great support for me to Greenland for 24 days. And 24 days I had expenses 19,600 pounds. So that is one of the very expensive country. If you will go, you will find out. So he gave me 20,000 pounds. Then I supposed to come back after 24 days, but Greenland Prime Minister invited me. I think 20 days I was thinking that time, and he told me that, Somen, why you not to stay longer, because I think that it is amazing that you could travel as Indo-Greenlandic cultural exchange program with all different part of the Greenland, and we will support you. Then I told that, listen, I whatever money I had, that I already spent all of them and I don't have money. Then he told that we will give you money. So okay, listen, then I don't need your money, but if you give all the others expenses all together, and if you give a coordinator who will coordinate. So I was staying 66 days more, and I think Greenland government spent almost 50,000 pounds from their government to support, and I was visiting 58 different institutions in Greenland. So it was amazing. Greenland, in that time, I think what I learned that 50,000 people, but almost more than 30,000 people knew that someone came from Far East to our country. So I really felt it was a great opportunity and to remember within them as an Indian citizen or as a Eastern persons who came to West. So yeah.
What made you choose the cause?
Oh, it's like for HIV infections person, and he was tired, and then I decided that I wanted to know about HIV/AIDS, and convey this message to society. So that was my first intention, that I never thought that I would travel all over the world for this mission, but I decided that that I wanted to travel all Sundarban with that mission, and I first did this my actions to India in Sundarban, my locality.
We want to close the session now, and if you have any other questions, Somen will be around, so you can personally meet him and talk to him. Before that, we want to honor Somen with a small certificate from our side. Kinshubda and Midaliti, can you just come and...
Thank you very much for your spacious time, and I think it's a great opportunity to meet you all. Namaste.
It's a small acknowledgement certificate that BCS is.
Thank you so much for your love and
Thank you for your presence and blessings.
Okay.